Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, lawmakers debate a bill that greatly expands the use of public money for private schools. And we'll learn about Florence Crittenton, Arizona's oldest social service agency. Those stories next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. Tonight, a debate on a bill that would make nearly 3/4 of Arizona students eligible for vouchers that give public money to pay for private schools. Here now is Representative Debbie Lesko, who sponsored the bill, and Representative Eric Meyer, who is opposed to the legislation. Good to have you both here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
What does SB, 1237, what does this bill do?
Well, my bill is HB 2291.
All right, there you go.
But they're called empowerment scholarship accounts. And the goal for my legislation is to improve education. To me, it doesn't matter where that education takes place. I just want to improve education. My children chose to go, and I chose for my children to go to the traditional public school. But not all children can learn in the same type of environment, and so this is an alternative, a good option, and a good way to improve education and provide choice.
A good way to improve education. Valid?
Well, no, there's no evidence of that. In fact, we're taking potentially with this expansion 880,000 kids potentially can leave the public schools out of the 1.1 million in our schools and take a voucher worth $5,400 and leave the system with absolutely no accountability. So we have no idea how the schools that these kids are going to are going to perform, and we have, in some cases, no idea how those dollars are being spent. So we've worked very hard to create standards for the state, and we hold our public schools, both district and charter, accountable for educating our kids to those standards. There's none of that with these dollars.
Accountability has been a concern among critics. Talk about that.
You know, I think that is an invalid argument, and I just disagree with Representative Meyer. Right now, universities seek out homeschoolers. And homeschoolers aren't required to have testing, yet their grades do very well. They have a very low rate of dropping out in the universities. Same with private schools. Private schools, in fact, 95% of all private schools have testing that they publish to the parents. And of course, the main accountability that we want here is the parents. The parents should have a choice of where to send the child. I also disagree with Representative Meyer on that there's no cases that show improvement of education. Totally inaccurate. In fact, if Representative Meyer was in the committee hearings, he would hear personally from parents that have used these empowerment scholarship accounts and how their child has flourished with the ability to use their money for, because not all children learn the same way. Not all children do well in public schools. And so that's why this gives them another alternative. It saves the state money, or it saves taxpayer money, because on average, they're about $5,400 in ESA scholarship, whereas we spend, $8,800 for a typical public school student?
Respond, please, to the idea of performance and the fact that some kids, homeschooled, private school, or otherwise, do very well.
Some of them do, but not all of them. And we're talking about taking potentially 880,000 kids and exposing them to an experiment. So that may work, but there are anecdotal cases. I was in committee, and a few parents did come and testify who had special needs kids, and their circumstances had improved. But our public schools, we're starving our public schools. Representative Lesko has voted for over $3 billion in cuts to our district schools. And now it does cost the state money. The fact is that the way the Department of Education is funding these, the base level of funding for these accounts is higher than the district level of funding for these for our schools by about $1,400. So we're now telling parents that they can leave, and it's only parents with means that are going to be able to take advantage of these vouchers. Most of our private schools don't just cost $5,400 to go to. They cost $15,000, and you need to be able to drive your child there. So what we're doing with Ms. Lesko's bill is allowing those parents with means to take our tax dollars that were going into our district schools and leave with them at taxpayer expense.
Well, there's a couple things I want to say, and one of them is that I've been very involved in my kids' public schools. I've been the fundraising chairman, I've been on the PTA, I've been in the Booster Club. I support public schools. I supported increasing funding for public schools last year. I support increasing funding for the traditional public schools this year. And so the last thing that I would do is try to hurt public schools, because my kids go to public schools, and so I'm not going to hurt something my kids go to. Now, this thing about 880,000 kids, you have to understand there's a cap. There's a cap on the Empowerment Scholarship accounts, which is 1/2% of all of the public school students. So if the public schools are that afraid of competition with 1/2%, I think they have bigger things to worry about. The other thing I wanted to talk about is how you're saying
Just
that
on the cap expires in 2019. Is that not correct?
That is
So
correct. but
there will be no cap. So
we're
all
in
those kids,
2014 now. I mean, that's 5 years
time
away.
goes
And
by
the cap
quickly.
is 5,000 per year, correct?
It's 1/2% of all the public school students, so that comes out to about 5,000 students a year. So even if we expanded it to every single student in the entire state, it's still capped at about 5,000,
Till 2019.
5,400.
You-
Well, there you go. Yeah,
That's-
that's 5 years away.
Yeah. It's
You
too
said-
soon for me.
You said it was the last thing you wanted to do would be to hurt public schools, yet
bet.
everyone associated with public schools says this is going to hurt. Is everyone, most everyone, associated with public schools wrong?
You know, the organizations associated with public schools, I understand their opposition. They're trying to protect their public schools. I mean, it's just like if you owned a business, you try to protect your business and you don't want any competition. But, you know, Arizona has led the way in school choice, and the sky has not fallen. You know, public schools are still getting about $8,800 per student. Do I wish it was more? Of course, but we just went through a huge recession. And so you know as well as I do that we had to cut funding for education and just about everything else just to balance the budget.
So just on the 8,800 number, different schools get different amounts of money. Actually, the ESA accounts are costing us $13,500 on average per student now, because the kids that you're including special needs kids. So when you're including that 8,800 for districts, then let's be honest about ESAs.
Well,
Those are
you
the
know
facts.
how much-
And we are hurting our district schools. You're absolutely right. We have the most choice and competition in the country, but we haven't invested in our schools. We've continued to cut education. I was on the Scottsdale School Board for 8 years. Every one but one of those years, we made cuts.
Again, the bottom line, though, is if whatever it is, call it any name you want, give it any initials you want, any bill, House or Senate bill you want, if it helps kids get a better education, why not try it?
Well, we don't know that it does. And I've had an amendment to put testing into these accounts, and you know that you think that's a hostile amendment and you wouldn't let it on your bill. So if it does, let's see if it works. And let's see if the kids meet the same standards that our kids in our district schools meet, and make sure we're preparing them for college and the workforce. That's the goal. That's what we're doing in our district and charter schools.
You mentioned Arizona is a leader in choice and has been a leader in choice for
Yes,
years.
we have.
Why aren't our schools any better?
You know, I think our students, some of our students that have experienced choice are doing better. I really do. Kids that I just on the lawn, the house lawn today, we met with kids that are going to online, taking advantage of online schooling. And some of those kids said they really enjoy it, because if they can figure out a problem online, they can proceed to the next step. Whereas in the traditional public school, they told me, I had talked to kids, they said that if a student that wasn't understanding the problem, they would have to stay, working on that. So this is about choice. It's about giving parents choice, students choice, My goal, again, is to improve education. To me, it doesn't matter where it takes place.
And real quickly, again,
Sure.
though, if choice has been such a mantra and has been a focus, and Arizona is a leader in choice,
Yeah.
after all of these years, instead of focusing on public schools, we focused on choice to a certain degree. Why aren't schools and students doing better?
Well, I think in some cases they are. I put my son in for 2 years in Basis Charter School. They're doing an excellent job. Recruiters came to 8th grade to recruit kids in 8th grade when they graduate from 12th grade. These kids are excelling and doing very well, so choice is a very good thing.
And conversely, if public education, public schools, if they are the answer and we need to put more resources into them, why do so many people see public education as a failure?
Well, I don't know who all those people are. I think we all got here, our democracy came out of the public education system. We guarantee every child that comes to our schoolhouse doors an education. So I would argue that we haven't failed. But what's happened in the past 10 to 20 years here in Arizona is we've stopped investing in our kids. So from the time I graduated from Chaparral High School to now, we've cut funding significantly. And if you look at our test scores, our class sizes, our dropout rate, they've all gone up as we've cut that funding. So I would argue that if we want results, we need to invest in our teachers and our leaders on our campuses and our children so that they can be successful.
All right, I think we'll stop it right there. Good to have you both here. Good
Good.
discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us.
Hopefully
Thank
it
you,
was
Ken.
lively enough.
It was lively enough. Tonight's edition of Arizona Giving and Leading looks at a social service organization that was founded more than 100 years ago. The Arizona chapter of Florence Crittenden helps girls and young women recover from a sobering number of life challenges. Here to tell us more is Dr. Kelly Warren, the CEO of Florence Crittenden. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What is Florence Crittenden of Arizona?
Well, Florence Crittenden was established 118 years ago, so it's one of our oldest social service agencies. The Charles Crittenden founder, after he lost his daughter to a childhood disease, went around the country opening up Florence Crittenden type of agencies in her honor, really looking at empowering and supporting women. So those lost and fallen women of the world, Florence Crittenden type agencies were there to help them recover and support them. More specifically to Arizona, for unwed mothers, the Crittenden agency, Florence Crittenden, provided a lot of services for those types.
Indeed, it sounded like unwed mothers was the initial focus, but
Yes.
the mission seems to have changed quite a bit because the world has changed quite a bit.
Most
Talk about that
definitely.
mission.
So we're all about safety, hope, and opportunity, providing that to every girl whose life we touch. So we keep a pulse on what the community needs, the ever-changing needs of girls, and we align our services appropriately.
Talk about the ever-changing needs.
Well, today we have a lot of girls who have suffered abuse, neglect, are in need of substance abuse, mental health services. There are teen pregnancies going on and girls that need safe and shelter for their child and appropriate programs so they could work on self-sufficiency, life skills. Education is vital. And so whatever girls need today, we try to be responsive to that.
And I was going to ask regarding, how many women and young women and girls are served annually, and has that number changed? Obviously, it's increased. The state has increased,
Yes.
but in terms of reporting and being able to understand that Florence Crittenton is there, I would imagine that would mean an uptick in numbers as well.
Most definitely. My job, as I see it, is to get the word out. We probably service around 1,200 young people on any given year, but we have more capacity. We want to make sure that people understand that we are about the support and empowerment of girls and women and their children, and we want to make sure that people understand that there are services out there.
And talk about some of the services, everything from counseling and medical
Yes.
to education.
Right. So we have a therapeutic group home on campus where we have about 40 girls living there from 90 to 120 days on average. These young girls are between the ages of 10 to 18. And so they come in to receive a holistic care of services, including individual therapy, group and family therapy, education, medical needs are met there. We provide a safe environment, and we try to set up treatment plans that are based on their needs.
And there's also the Girls Leadership Academy of Arizona. What is that?
Oh, it's our school. So it is the first single-gender public school that focuses on college preparation. We offer a rigorous curriculum, and we try to empower girls to achieve careers in math, science, engineering, and some of those careers that are not always presented to girls.
Yeah, and it sounds like everything to a certain degree involves transitional living, going from this to that.
Right. So we also have a transitional living program where individuals 17 and a half to 21 have the opportunity to reside in our apartment or our duplex. They can reside there with their children. A lot of these girls are transitioning out of foster care and may not have a family to go to. Some of them could be on their way to becoming homeless, and we're trying to disrupt that and provide a safe and affordable housing. While they're in our transitional living program, they really work on life skills, self-sufficiency, and parenting skills if they have children. And we're also in the community. I wanted to add that. We actually go into homes, institution, other group homes where kids might reside and provide life skills, self-sufficiency as well.
Now, I know that you had your major fundraiser here,
Yes.
not this I believe it was a luncheon here, the Teaming Up for Girls luncheon.
Right.
Elizabeth Smart, the keynote speaker, huh?
She was awesome. I think her message provided hope and inspiration not only to our girls who attended, but to the audience as a whole. She was an example of someone who had overcome a tragic situation and used that to empower others to go beyond tragic situations and to achieve whatever they think their purpose is.
Was resilience a message here? It seems as well that you don't want to say, you got to accept it and move on, but at some point in your life, you do have to move on, don't you?
Yes, one of the key things that I think she said that resonated with our girls was, don't allow the people who have hurt you to have that much power over your life. The best way that you can get those individuals back is to achieve, walk with your head up, go on with life, smile a little. And so I think the message for the girls was, despite what you've been through, you still have a promising future, you still have purpose in life, brush it off, get up and move forward. And I think Florence Crittenton attempts to send that same message, but it's nothing like having someone as an example that really looks like the girls sharing that same message.
I was going to say, what kind of response did you get after her speech, after her address?
Oh, it was amazing. What I really appreciated from Elizabeth is that she spent time with the girls before she went on the stage. So the girls were in a green room and she came in and she allowed them to ask any questions that they might have. And girls wanted to know specifically what happened and how is she surviving and what did the perpetrator do? They had those kind of questions. And Elizabeth was brave enough to be honest about her experience and share it with them. And I think that was the most remarkable part of her visit here to the Valley.
That sounds like something. Okay, so Florence, what's next? What's next on the agenda? What do you want to see happen?
I want more girls to know about our opportunities. I want more volunteers to come and support us. We have great volunteers. We have probably 700 on record, 250 to 300 that help us every year. but we have a great cause and we're not able to do it alone. So we need community partnerships, and we need the world to spread the word that there is an agency that gets girls, that empowers and support girls, and that can help them achieve their full potential.
And as far as challenges for Florence Crittenton, I know getting the word out and getting folks involved, are there other challenges out there? Are there things day-to-day operate? Are there things where you wake up and you go, oh, that's going to be a tough one. We got to move in that direction now.
Yeah, I think the girls come with a complexity of needs, and we want to provide the best services and a holistic array of services, if you will. And with that comes cost. And we're not able to meet our budget based on the funding that we receive. So we really need the support of the community to help us continue to deliver those services so that we can remove girls from those frightening situations and help them move on to reach their full potential.
Did you see funding concerns escalate during the recession?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the need is still there, and it's our responsibility as a community to take care of our girls and the children. And so we don't want funding issues or the economy to stop the great work. I think Florence Crittenton has lasted this long because the community has partnered with us to achieve our full potential.
And last question before we go very quickly. Working as you do, the CEO of Florence Crittenton, it's got to be a good feeling.
I absolutely love it. I go in every day, and when I'm having stressful moments, I walk the grounds, and the girls, the glimmer in their eyes, the hope that they show helps me to realize I'm doing right, and I feel purpose-driven there.
Well, great job, continued success. Thank you so much for joining us. We
Thanks
appreciate
for having
it.
me.
And tomorrow on Arizona Horizon, it's our weekly look at state politics with the Arizona Capital Times, and we'll hear about research to increase the efficiency of solar thermal power. That's tomorrow at 5:30 on Arizona Horizon. That is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of 8, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.